Well, hey, beauty, welcome. Come on in. Take this moment with me to come down out of your busy mind and probably your frenetic day to tap into some calm with the emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping, and an affirmation provided for us from an inspiration of an oracle card. Each day that I bring this to you, we set an intention to receive a message that was meant for us. So sometimes that's just a word, a sentence, a phrase. So take what you need, leave the rest. Know that when you receive this message, it is definitely meant for you. And you can also request that you receive a message about something that you are concerned about, working on, looking at whether it's you're on the right path, right? So, and knowing that tapping is proven to absolutely reduce our stress, relax our nervous system, help the body heal itself, release emotional and physical pain, release us from the anxieties that we bring on. And that oracle card will actually, the message from that can help you ignite your intuition and all of the magic that lies behind that because you are connecting directly with your higher self and with source. And tapping daily, like with me, or frequently, can actually transform your life like it has mine. I promise you that. And this is actually designed so that you can feel better regardless of what's going on in your life. And I think that's something that we can all use, right? So let's take a nice grounding breath. Take responsibility for your own well being and check in with your body as you bring your mind down. Another breath, feel your feet. Press them into the floor, soles of your shoes. And see, where does your stress reside in your body today? Just do that little body scan from the top to the bottom. And where are you feeling any sense of stress, unease, discomfort, tightness, constriction, aches and pains? And notice how intense it is today. And if actually, as you were thinking about things, it ramped up a little bit, because our body actually is the one that gives us the signals. So just tune in, get that intensity, give it a 0 to 10 number, with 10 being way up there over the top, ready to dive into panic. If you're at 0, you're calm as a cucumber. Tap along to maintain that. All right, so I'll bring you today. I was just doing a recording with Candy Campbell for the Awaken Hope show, and we realized that both of us were traveling. She's leaving for Japan tomorrow, and I'm leaving for Savannah, Georgia. So we're in the air, so to speak. I'm not leaving yet. I have a couple of weeks, but we wanted to pull a card before we did our recording to get any messages. And so we chose The Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn. So when I went to choose a deck for today for this reading, I used a pendulum to just check in, and it was waving like crazy when I reached the Sacred Traveler. So obviously we need to hear from this deck today. So tuning in with your body again. Let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to see, to hear, to feel for our highest good, greatest joy, and the highest good and joy of all? What's our message today? Choosing your path. All is possible. Notice, this is sort of, I guess he's a knight with a cape, oh my, but he's overlooking this precipice, but this winding path off into beautiful lands. Which way do we go? We know our life is not linear. It's not a straight line. It's not flat. It's a lot of different directions, up and down, and sometimes going back a few steps, right? And back and forward. And in these tumultuous times that we're living, it can feel really quite roller coaster-ish. I feel that way with our weather up here. I'm going back and forth between heavy sweaters. I think we're kind of out of those, but we're into the layered up still. Occasionally we get this warm stuff and it feels so good. And I feel like my stress just relaxes. I don't know about you, but I do get affected by weather. Okay, I digress as I look for, pages are stuck together. Here we go. Have a look at this image again. How does your body feel as you look at it? Are you drawn to colors, to the message? Does it feel true? All is possible. I just need to pick a step and go. All right. Card meaning, new vistas are ahead, and you have the power to choose. And within this is your freedom. Do not allow the restrictions and limitations placed on you by the expectations of others to deter your path. Be daring. Cast aside conventions and restrictions. Dance, laugh, explore. Go beyond your predictable behavior. Say yes to life. You support others in stepping in to their freedom. The sacred traveler wants you to know. Choose life on your terms. Move beyond those situations that you've outgrown. Sometimes to be free, the traveler needs to put down his pack and just keep walking. There are times to live an ordinary life, but there are also times to cast ordinary things aside and fling your arms to the heavens with joy. You're not on the planet to always meet the needs and expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step in to your extraordinary self. Don't unconditionally accept the rules you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. Choose pathways that lead to greater freedom and happiness. This is very, very powerful to look at how we can do this kind of thing, to take one step at a time, to just look. We can never see the whole path. It's like we just can't see it. But once we take the first step that we can kind of see, we take that step and the next one opens up for us. So if we have that perspective, we get there and feel the joy, do that dance, right? So let's have some tapping now. All right, let me choose an affirmation that we can tap on. Might be a little bit here and there. So remember, we're just tapping with our fingertips lightly on our face. Tap where I tap and say what I say. And then see how you feel. Notice what happens in your body as we tap. Okay, starting at the eyebrow. New vistas are ahead. Side of the eye. And I have the power to choose. Under the eye. Within this is my freedom. Under nose. I do not allow restrictions and limitations. Chin. Placed on me by expectations of others. Collarbones. To deter my path. Underarm. I will be daring and cast aside conventions and restrictions. top of the head. I am open to dancing. Eyebrow, laughing, side of the eye, exploring, under eye, and going beyond, under nose, my predictable behavior. Chin, I say yes to life. Collarbones, and I support others in stepping into their freedom. Underarm, I choose pathways, top of the head, that lead to greater freedoms and happiness for the highest good of all. On the third eye, so it is. Amen. Whew, shake it out. How does that feel? How does that resonate? And I'll remind you, whenever I make a statement that is, I am, I will, if you feel resistance to say that, you can add those words. I'm open to trying that. I'm willing. I'm open to being willing. Or as my mentor Colette Baron Reed has said, I'm willing to be willing to allow myself to do this, right? It's like that. You ease into it. The more you tap, the more you say, the more this part of you within you that is afraid feels safe. And that's what this is about. So check in with your body again. Breathe, feel in. How does it feel? Has that number you gave yourself come down? Have you felt a release in your body? Did you yawn? Have a heavy sigh? Have a tear? Sneeze? Cough? Feel that shift within your body. Yeah, it's nice, right? And you can keep tapping. I love to stay on the collarbones. Both hands or one. And just breathe and keep that momentum of calmness coming in. If we've ramped up something, we've just uncovered something underneath what we started with, and you can keep tapping for that. Just open to what might come through. Never needing to fix anything, just acknowledging it and honoring it. And always remember, I honor you. You are loved. I see your beauty.